Hi, I'm here to talk about the Torgoen that I have here. This is a Torgoen T16. This is an ETA or ETA movement, and so the functions and instructions I'm giving also apply to the Torgoen T18 and the watches that have the same movement as this one. As you can see here, it's got a high-grade solid stainless steel case, and this is a leather strap. It's Italian, genuine leather, very thick belting leather. And so in this watch on the dial we have 3 sub-dials. The bottom one over here, this is a sweep seconds hand and it's always running. So the other top 2 sub-dials and this middle long hand, those are all part of the chronograph. Pressing the bottom pusher brings everything back to 0 for the chronograph. The chronograph is basically a stopwatch. So to start it, you press the top right pusher, and you can see it starts to move, the long hand. Now I'm going to stop it, and you can see the top right sub-dial moved. It moved to the 5. The top right sub-dial is tenths of seconds. So 5 means 5/10 seconds passed after the 5th second of the long hand. So the long hand and this top right sub-dial, I can tell 5 and 5/10 seconds passed. So now I'm going to bring everything back to 0. So this chronograph actually, it can time up to 2 objects. So what you can do is you can start the chronograph, it's going, and like for example 2 runners, and let's say the first runner reached the stop finish line. So I press the bottom pusher, and now the chronograph is still going until I decide to press the top pusher. So now you can see the time of the first runner. It happens to be 7 and 4/10 seconds. Now I want to see what the time of the second runner is, so I press the bottom pusher, and so I can see it's 15 and 4/10 seconds. So now I got the time of 2 objects. Now I'm going to press the bottom pusher and bring everything back to 0. The top left sub-dial, that's for the minutes. That's the minutes counter, and every time the long hand makes a full revolution, it goes in increments by 1. So if I were to wait for the chronograph to go up to 10 revolutions, then it would reach the 10 line. So now let's talk about setting everything. So to set the time, you pull out the middle crown all the way out, and you can set it like a regular watch. So to set the date, which is over here, you pull out the crown halfway, the middle crown halfway, and you push it. You rotate it down. You can see it went to 24, now 25. Okay, so now let's talk about calibrating the chronograph. The chronograph, especially when replacing the batteries, sometimes ends up being zeroed, not where you would like it to be. So to set the chronograph, what you do is you can push the middle crown out all the way out, and now you can hold the top pusher, the top right pusher, and as you can see, this is moving the top left sub-dial hand until when I stop it. Holding it moves it, and you can also just press for fine increments. So now we set the top left sub-dial. So now let's set the other sub-dials. So now I'm going to push the crown out halfway. So now I press the top right pusher, and you can see the top right sub-dial is moving. And I can also press it for fine increments. I'm going to bring it back up to the 0. Okay, and so to set the long hand, I press the bottom pusher. So you can see it's moving to wherever I want it to, but I want it to go to the 12, I want to 0 it, so I'm going to press for fine increments. Now everything is calibrated. So that's all the functionality and setting of the Torgoen T16. And as you can see, this is the same movement as the Torgoen T18 that we have here, or this one. Comes in different colors. You see a polyurethane strap, a leather strap, and we have versions with solid stainless steel. Thanks for tuning in.